The following program is being brought to you by the Farmhouse Cafe and Mind, Body, Spirit of Omaha.
Living in the millennium. Souls be looking for a healing and he's healing them. Filling some of them with his spirit.
My name is Hesselgesser and this is Hesselgesser On Purpose. Tonight we have a very special guest. He is a music composer and his name is Steven Raphael. He has worked with some of the greats of our industry. Michael Jackson, MC Hammer, NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys. When my daughter was growing up, we had this little battle going on. Who was better, the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC? So maybe he'll be able to settle that once and for all this evening. So when you come back, we'll welcome him to the show. We'll be right back.
One heartbeat from eternity. I prefer
to pick something. You know, I'm horrible at titles. That's my
What kind of music do you listen to? Besides saying everything, because that's what everybody says.
My favorite is, you know, old stuff and
like
Motown
what?
and
like how old? Motown. Oh, you named it. I used to work with a Motown pianist.
Really?
Yeah. So how old? This old? What about Gershwin, Berlin? Or?
Nice, Gershwin.
Yeah,
Gershwin.
so... Stop spreading the news. But you know, I could play every song. But give me more of a challenge. How about a theme song to your show?
Welcome back. I'd like to welcome our very special guest, Steven Raphael. Steven, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
All right, I'm glad
I've been
to be
looking
here.
forward to this for weeks.
Very good.
So you are a music. First of all, I have to say I'm a little bit upset with you.
My
You know,
clothes?
well, anybody that comes on that has a prettier outfit than me, I'm not
Well,
sure that that's appropriate.
Thank you.
But before, you know, it's warm in the studio, so we were talking about bloating and all of that. So we'll see where this goes.
Cool.
There might be a lot of bleeps.
All right.
Anyway, so you are a music composer.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are in Omaha, Nebraska. Just another sign that you can fulfill your purpose no matter where you live.
Yes.
So you've been doing what you do since
3.
Well,
I started songwriting. My first song was called The Flag Passes By, Very Important. That was my first song. The second song was My Big Brother, He Loves Me on the Greenberry Tree. I was very serious about my music back then. My mom and my uncle could still sing those songs. So yeah, but I come from a music family, and everybody's in the symphony, orchestra, or rock and roll bands, our whole life. So I've had a pretty blessed, fruitful life with music, and I'm doing that now. You know.
so you were born and raised in the Bay Area.
San Francisco Bay Area. Yeah.
And then you went to LA.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And so what was it like there? I mean, how did things get, how did you get to, in the introduction, I listed off a few of the wonderful people that you've had the opportunity to work with. I'm sure I missed a few. I mean, Jeff Bridges, Ted Nugent, Kiss. Tell me how that came to be. How did you do that? Did you stand on a street corner, or what happened?
Well, every single person, there'd be like a story of how, but I truly believe when you get to a certain musical level.
I'm over here.
Oh yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I think that the world and opportunities seek you out. you know, I mean, if it's being at the right place at the right time, like, you know, when I was in Fearless with Jeff Bridges, and I was a mall pianist in, you know, in Northridge, and then I'm here because of Northridge.
So a mall piano, literally you were playing piano in a mall?
Yeah,
okay.
It was a great, to me, that is the greatest job you could have, because, I mean, there's little girls that come up, or little boys, 5, 6 years old. You play little songs for them. Then their grandparents, you play "Let Me Call You Sweetheart" by a lot of the Silver Moon. Yeah. And then you get teens that think, "What are you doing?" So you play some Eminem or some Snoop Dogg, or yeah, come on. Mm-hmm. So it really pushes you to you got to be able to play everything. And if you can't, somebody will be there to take your job. Oh. And just waking up, putting on a tux, getting on your motorcycle, and drive down and open the piano and playing piano is not work. It's like the Gershwin song says, nice work if you can get it.
Yeah.
And so you live and breathe music. Yeah.
So tell me, I mean, give us a story. I mean, you know, Michael Jackson. I'm assuming, I mean, what is that experience like? I mean, for those of us who have not had that experience, probably never will. I mean, to you, it's
well, not now.
Well, no, because he's gone. But I mean, as far as you know, being able to collaborate or be in that moment. I mean, what was that like? Looking back on that, I mean, what?
With Michael or with
yeah.
Just well, I mean, I don't know. You know. The experience I had with Michael Jackson is, well, you know, playing there at the mall, he would come in dressed up as a white man in a wheelchair. And sometimes I didn't know it was him. And then someone would go, hey, Michael just bought $5,000 worth of stuff in the Disney store. Mm-hmm. And, you kind of, like right now we're doing this TV thing and we're kind of in this zone. Mm-hmm. And then it's just kind of like when you're working with someone like that, you're kind of in that zone. You're kind of like speaking, like you're speaking French or something. You're kind of, I don't know. I mean, I'm really opinionated when it comes to music, and I'm putting a book together. It's just that since I've been doing music almost 50 years, mm-hmm. In the music industry and in teaching and stuff, my opinions are really strong, and I personally think Michael Jackson's talented. Mm-hmm. Please don't get mad, TV people. But I honestly think I could pretty much take, I think there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that have that same talent. He's a great singer, he's a great dancer, but the truth is when you do one of those videos, every single line, I mean, when I was in the movie with Jeff Bridges, I was only in it for like, 3 or 4 minutes playing the piano on screen. They were dancing and stuff. But that took like 9 to 10 hours. I mean, so, like Michael's really talented, but I think he's just a guy with a lot of natural singing. It was a lot better when he was younger. So I kind of, big stars like that, if you're not in awe in any way and you treat them just like you or me, then they're really happy. Because if you're kind of like, oh, Mr. Jackson, hi, then they feel like they're working. Then they feel like, you know what I mean?
Well, I know that we're going to give our audience and our viewers your personal phone number and email so that they can personally reach out to you. But
oh, that's cool.
So tell me a little bit about. I mean, you live in Omaha. How long have you lived here?
Off and on about 15 years, I would think. I lived in Sweden for a while, and
really,
yeah.
So what do you do in our market to live your dream? I mean, you compose music here. You played at the Holland Center.
Couple times.
I
even went to Dick Holland's house the other day, knocked on his door, and said, "Thank you for making me that." And I thought to myself as I was driving home, I wonder if any other musicians did, because he took $90 million, 90, out of his own pocket, and made that place. Because the what's it called, the Orpheum was kind of getting a little run down.
Mm-hmm. Well, the great thing about our community is we're such a supporter of the arts, and that's one great thing about living here and being able to, I'm amazed at your talent. When I've seen your videos and heard your what is your favorite type of? I know you can play any instrument. Yes.
I'm a student of all instruments, but.
Okay.
Yeah, piano is like my favorite, just because, you know, there's a lot of people around, and you know, with this hand you can play the bass, with this you could play it's kind of a, I don't know, it's just more of an instrument that everybody can sing along and have a good time. So
I've heard you say that you kind of revere Mr. Carnegie's attitude, in that he said that, or there was a note that was found after he'd passed, that the first half of his life he was going to make money.
Right, build wealth, right.
And the second half he wanted to give it away. And I hear that you kind of aspire to that same philosophy.
Yeah.
So how old are you?
49, in a couple more months I'll be 50. October 8th, you're all invited to my birthday.
Oh.
4 stages.
We'll remember that. So how old are you going? So what is that? How old are you going to live? Because it's,
how old?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I was pretty unhealthy a couple years ago.
If you're going to live to be 100, we might want to get started.
What do you mean get started? I'm already 49, and so you mean get started?
Have you built everything that you're? In other words, do you feel like you're still building? Do you still feel like you're?
This might be hard for you Earthlings to understand, but I am actually.
Wait. I need a.
What, do I got to edit that? Oh, okay. Sorry. No, people like I was talking to someone. Yeah, I consider myself more like an alien, but I was talking to someone named Amethyst earlier, just trying to convince me that I need to go to a higher level of success. But the thing about it is, I have dreamed and I've experienced all my dreams. You know, and now it's like enough already. I mean, I've, you know, played around the world. I've played for, you know, every situation, and you know, I've composed symphonies where I conduct symphonies, and some of these symphonies I write half an hour before I show up, print it all out and give it to them. So now it's like the higher level is giving it away. I have 3 free music community. Well, I'm not selling anything or trying to make any money. 3 different locations where I teach music, because see, my philosophy is I think music is like water and air and food and shelter.
Sure.
I don't like it how these jailers of music, some of these music teachers, that not only do you have to audition for them, but they charge you a couple $100 a month with hidden fees. And so I say, here's a violin, here's one for your director, here's the people, audience or whatever, and everybody play a C note, dun dun dun, everybody play an E, and then I play, and I can get anybody to sound like a symphony like that. And when you give an instrument, like a colored violin is even funner, to a kid, and they go, wow, I can play this, and they might never have that opportunity, because they're not going to buy one. It might be expensive to rent one. They have to find a cranky teacher. Right. And so I kind of give them the opportunity. And that feeling I get has outweighed. It's incredible. Even, you know, the other day, everybody was on vacation. Only a couple people showed up. And it was still great. And so I love, then I'm opening up a new one on 24th and Lake, North Omaha. I want to call it the North Omaha Opera and Symphony Society. It's kind of an oxymoron, you know, because a lot of people out there, you know, you don't think of symphony music, you think of...
Sure, a different type. So since I am an Earthling, I want to make sure that I understand.
Okay.
So you don't mean to say that you're done and that you've reached every dream that you've had and that there's nothing else that you want to aspire to?
For me.
You are saying that?
Yeah, I say I've pretty much accomplished what I like to accomplish. So now, it's like I went up the hill, now I'm coming down the hill and I'm sharing it all. I'm like Buddha going out in front of a grocery store and hanging out candy all day. Okay. That's what he did. I just, I'm basically giving away all my music knowledge and sharing it and stuff. It's hard for people to understand that, because they're saying, well, how do you get paid, or are you going to do this, or it does sound a little strange.
Well,
but
I think that you...
Philanthropy, music philanthropy, there you go.
Right, so you're more on a spiritual plane now. where you're trying to give back instead of being concerned about getting.
Yeah, I've already got what I need.
Okay.
You know, except for Ferrari. I will really like a Ferrari at the end of the year. Is that a little materialistic? Do we have to edit that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
You know, it is what it is, as the saying goes.
I like how the doors open up vertical. The reason I want the Ferrari is to advertise my opera, and going to be in New York in 2015 or 16. And also, I want to show what can be done. Somebody goes, wow, I'd like to have that. And I'll give them the keys and say, let's go around the block. You know? So, I don't know. Just it's mostly about sharing right now.
Speaking of sharing, so I heard somewhere, and I'd like to, well, I can't quiz you because if somebody in our audience has a Bible, maybe we can quiz him, but you've memorized the 10 books of the New Testament.
Yeah.
Verbatim.
What's verbatim? You mean like word for word?
That's what, yeah.
Yes, by mnemonics.
So explain to people what that's pictures, yes?
Yeah. Because I'm Jewish and I married a very conservative Baptist girl. What?
Oh, okay.
You thought I was going to say something.
I know where he was going with that.
Gentile alien. No, basically, sorry. Okay. I told you. Okay. No. What was the question?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. You have to. No. Okay. No. I memorized
10 books of the New.
Why did I memorize it? Or?
That's an excellent question, and that is where I was going.
And that's what I was trying to answer, I think.
Okay.
So I did it because, you know, I'm a Jewish guy who's really hyper and got all these ideas.
No.
Okay. And so I'm going to her church, and everything is like, I hear my wife say about 4 to 5 times for the last couple of years, that's a little inappropriate, Stephen. You know, just like if I don't know, I'm not loud and bombastic or cacophonous. It's nothing like that. It's just, I just have a lot of energy, and when I'm in the church, you know, it's a little different being in the synagogue, but so I'm trying to get into their head. So I memorized Psalms. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked or stand in the way of sinners or sits in the seat of mockers, but his delight is on the law of the Lord. This is another 5 seconds. And on his law he meditates day and night. He's like a tree planted by streams of water which yield fruit in his season. Whatever he does prospers. Not so the wicked. They are like the chaff that the wind blows away. So that was like Psalm 1. And it really gave me a lot of peace, so I memorized another one, and then I went, boy, this is kind of in my morning meditation routine, so I could probably memorize a whole book, because I took this memorizing course in LA 20 years ago.
So did you have a job at this time, or?
No, of course, yeah, no,
I mean, did you have anything to do?
Yeah, I did. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning to do that.
Because I got to tell you, I struggle with time, you know, brushing my teeth, you know.
Really?
I can't imagine. I do, by the way, but.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the question now?
So, well, this evidently took a chunk of time. I'm just curious, you know.
4:30 to about 11.
You were bored.
No, 4:30 a.m. I woke up with an enormous amount of energy, and 4:30 a.m. to about 11, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, about 6.5 to 7.5 hours of massive, no sound, no cell phone, no Facebook, no any of that stuff. And I did 120 words a day, and then I'd do my old material, and then I would tape the 120 words here, and I would install all mnemonics, like blessed is the man. The first sentence would be, I knew this girl named Bess who sang in our show with the Omaha Symphony people. Bess is a snake bit her in the leg. Bess is, and then I had a friend named Dogman. There's a little bit left.
Checking.
Yeah. So Bess is Dogman, and then there's like a owl, whoo! And then, so it'd be like the whole thing would be a story, and I would install these pictures. I would put it into my long-term memory, not my short-term memory. and it's very easy to remember. Like, for instance, if I was to explode or just start going crazy and break all this, you would remember that for the rest of your life. You probably won't remember that much of this interview. I mean, maybe.
You know, I probably will.
Okay, well. So it's pictures. You know, I dressed up extra today because I thought, well, maybe
and you look lovely.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. And I love the shoes.
Oh,
spats.
yeah.
Don't we call them spats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So. Yeah.
So what's next on the horizon for you? I mean, you know, is there something you want to let us know about? When are you playing next?
Well, I got a television program. It's on 5:30, channel 22 every Thursday. It's basically me talking and playing. Sometimes there's more talking than playing. I talk about. No. I'm a Gershwin historian. I used to play with George Gershwin's girlfriend.
You did?
Her name is Kate Swift. In fact,
on the piano, or?
Yeah. I played. His girlfriend in real life, she was 85. She came up in Northridge where I played in a wheelchair, and she'd tell me all these stories about George Gershwin. So I have these evenings where I do these Gershwin evenings, and I play and talk about George Gershwin. Mostly that's more playing, because have these big shows and do that. So that's fun. Coming up, the only thing I'm really excited is I have these 2 free musicals, one at Family Fun Center, 108th and L, from like 10 to 12, Monday through Friday, and that's for the community. It's mostly rich people that show up, though. I thought more poor people would show up, or people that, I don't know. But
I'm curious, how do you define rich people?
Somebody who lives out in this neighborhood, lives out in Midtown or Omaha, or somebody who has a car that works good and has nice clean clothes and lives in a I mean, I think most people are people that have a good job, people that have a house and a car and they're not really super worried about where they're getting their next meal. And then I have one in Papillion, Tri-Point Coffee House. I do that on Saturday, but I'm looking forward to the 24th and Lake, because the guy that asked me to play says teach there. He says that some of the people in the neighborhood don't have a lot, and I think I'll get a double blessing for that. I mean, that's not, you know, so and I think they have a lot of talent. I used to do this at Blackburn. That's a continuation school for like gang people, and I did that for a while. And they have got so much talent out there. And
well, I admire your talent so much. I mean, music for me is just such a power, as it is, I think, for most of us. But it's such a powerful. It brings out so many emotions. I mean, music can bring me to tears. It can take me back to another time. It can propel me forward with hope. It's just, I admire you so much, because you have such a great talent, and obviously it's just, you know, God-given for you. So.
Yeah, well, what kind of music do you like anyway? I mean, just, is it everything? That's it. People always say that. I go, what do you want to hear? They go, oh, I like everything. That doesn't tell me anything. You know,
I like the oldies. I really do. You know, Motown is probably my favorite. Yeah. Gershwin, and you know, the old stuff. But anything that has, you know, have you seen Jersey Boys?
No.
Oh, well, that was a movie that's, you know, Frankie Valli and all of that.
Really?
So, yeah, you know, the only thing I really don't care for is the twangy country, my dog ran out the back gate in the pickup truck type music.
You mean the old country?
Yeah.
Oh.
But other than that, I'm kind of a fan of all types. But I'd love to have you back on the show when we actually have a piano, and I'd like
to get one here.
I'd like it, Will. I'd like you to compose a song right here and now, and show us what you can do. So
yeah.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a date.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Very cool. Well, Steven, thank you so much for being here this evening. You've been just a delight. You're such a creative joy to have on the show.
Thank you.
Very much appreciate it.
All right.
We'll be back in just a moment with Hesselgesser On Purpose. Welcome back to Hesselgesser On Purpose. I'd like to try a little experiment. Unbeknownst to Amethyst, she's been a good sport. I grabbed her from the audience because I want to try a little something. Today I was at a seminar and they showed a short video that was implemented by the brand Always. And I thought it was so interesting and powerful that I wanted to share a little bit with you and see if I could, well, if it rang true. So Amethyst, may I ask your age?
37.
37. So I want you to do me a little favor.
Okay.
I'm going to step out just a little bit so you have room, but I want you to pretend like you have a ball in your hand, and I want you to throw it out into the audience like a girl.
Like a girl?
Yep, yep.
Oh boy.
I want you to throw the ball like a girl.
Like I think you think a girl is, or like normal?
Just
because I'm, all right, here.
like a girl. That was great. Thank you so much. So the interesting thing today about the video was they showed grown women and men, and they did a couple of experiments. They said, I want you to throw like a girl. And everybody did just what you did kind of a cute little, oh. And then they did something where, okay, now I want you to run like a girl. And everybody kind of, you know, did this. What was interesting is they had adolescent girls and adolescent boys come in and do the same thing. And this is what was so interesting to me. The adolescent girls, when they said, now I want you to throw like a girl, they went like this, they hauled back, they had a stance, and they let it rip. When they asked them to run like a girl, full bore, headstrong, shoulders back, they knew that they were going to get to the finish line first. So it made me think about and wonder, as women, when do we lose some of that? Because the connotation that we're doing something like a girl has somehow taken a negative turn. So I wanted to give you something to hang your hat on today and remind you that we should be damn proud that we're girls and that we're women, and we shouldn't use that as a negative connotation at all. Don't you agree?
Yes.
All right.
High fives.
High five, sister. Thanks for joining us this evening, and we'll catch you next week.
Cause I repented and I can't wait for souls to get saved before it gets too late. Fighting my mind, I gotta realize I'm one heartbeat from eternity. I prefer to be stretched out at my Savior's feet because my spirit.
This program has been brought to you by the Farmhouse Cafe and Mind, Body, Spirit of Omaha.